Are you unsure on how to start delegating? Every situation has different needs and requirements, so you need to start delegating differently based on your resources. Resources must dictate the way you start delegating or that you delegate long term. There is not a perfect way suited for every situation. There is not. This video is to clarify this confusion that I've seen around YouTube. No one is dividing exactly in we found 5 different situations, but this is very necessary to start delegating profitably, cheaply, and keep your motivation long term. After this video, you will be able to clearly know in every case how to start delegate based on your resources. By resources, we mean time, money, effort, or any asset that you have in your company. This guide is helping you in different situations, from when you start to when you are in the middle of your delegation journey. We were able, thanks to the systems and processes that we outline here, to create as many as 300, 400 SOPs processes for our company. We were able also, thanks to this framework, to define 12 exact roles suited for our company. What are the benefits of doing this? You would be able, if you do this correctly, to delegate as much as 70, 60, 80% of your working time and be able to manage the business that you are currently managing with as little as 1 hour per day. Of course, this is potential. I cannot guarantee this. But this video is something that you really must know to delegate correctly. At the end of the video also, we will show you how you can get our free full training resources, our full 39 pages PDF about delegation, and how you can check all our full framework for free on YouTube. If you don't know me already, I'm Pietro Mappers from Success Mappers, and we help solopreneurs, self-employed people, and small business owners to better manage their business and make their business passive with delegation, automated work, optimal business structure, optimal business processes. This channel is exactly dedicated to this, where we share high-value content about delegation and optimal management. We will show you now the slides. If you like what you see, if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and please check the full playlist where we share our full framework, tips, tricks, and techniques for delegation. It's free and is absolutely incredibly good. We are not sure if we'll keep them online for long because it's too good. Some part of that playlist are taken exactly from our paid full framework, so please check it before we take it away from YouTube. How to start delegating based on resources. We defined 5 different starting points that you are probably living right now. These 5 starting points could be also come to you during the delegation journey. So this video is helping you to find the best optimal way to delegate right now starting, or after 1 month, 5 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, where you will live a different situation. Probably this will be the 5 situations that you could live. The problem we want to solve in this video is that you are not sure how to start delegating. It's the biggest obstacle always starting. And also, if you are already delegating and you find a new stage that you need to win, a new obstacle, you need to start a new way to delegate. The biggest obstacle is always starting with things. If you're starting with delegation from 0 to delegating, that will be the biggest obstacle for you right now. But also, if you're already delegating, profitably or not profitably, in a big amount or small amount, there will always be a next step that you need to reach. And to reach that next step, you will probably need to adapt and improve, and so start in a new way. That will be a new starting point too, a starting of a new way to delegate. So this video is helping you to overcome this obstacle during your entrepreneurial journey. We created already a video on how to start delegate quickly with the 3 steps. You can check it on YouTube. Here you see the preview. This is the simplest way and the fastest and easiest way if you want to start delegating quickly without thinking much about this topic. But this video is more flexible and more strategic. You can start from this video on the screen if you want to do everything quickly, watch a video of 15-20 minutes and implement. Or you can watch this video and the video that we are recording right now to think a bit more about your situation, find the right situation that you are in, of the 5 that we are outline later, and then start delegating following the rules of these slides that you're watching right now and the slides of the video on the screen. So yes, here we defined custom-made approaches for every situation. Is a bit more strategic and outlined than the other video. There is no better one of the 2 video that we made. The 2 video are for different people that want different starting ways to delegate. Both these 2 videos help you start delegating profitably. So the benefits you get from this video that you're watching right now is that you will be able to delegate in the best way based on your resources. By resources, we mean time, money, skills, efforts, or even business assets. So taking what you have right now and solving your limited time problem. Because if you want to delegate, probably you have not too much time, you are too busy. So we can use money, time, skills, efforts, or your company assets to free working time. This video is also showing you how to minimize the waste of these resources. So to minimize your waste of your time, of your money, and your effort. Because doing business is really tiring also. So we want also to minimize the effort so that you can focus on the important thing and keep your motivation up. This is exactly because delegating successfully will keep you motivated long term. You will stay motivated, get results and resources to reinvest, because if you do things correctly, you get money, you get time back, and you get also motivation back that you can reinvest in the process to do everything bigger and more profitable and get more time out of it, get more money out of it, get more resources to use. And also delegate long term. Sustainability is a big problem with business because you can do things correct for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, but we want to do things correctly for long term in a sustainable way that we enjoy, that allow us to stay motivated. Too often people end up delegating wrong and they get stuck in a mediocre way of delegating. You can see it often and often. People start delegating, they do it in the worst way possible, and they end up wasting more time managing bad processes, bad people, or people not skilled enough, or processes that are not really freeing their working time, or even processes that are not profitable at all. So here I show you the defined cases that we found. There is a case 1, if there is an emergency of no time. Case 2, if there is some time and you have low or medium money. Case 3, if you have no time, no money, so your business is to be optimized really. Case 4 is if you don't have time, medium money. Case 5, if you have no time, but you have a lot of money. Please start to think about this list. What is your case right now? We give you the exact solution for each of these situations. The case 1, emergency of no time, happens when you are in extreme rush to free your time. You are super busy. Maybe you are not sleeping enough. Maybe you are sacrificing your family, too stressed. Maybe you have 2-3 jobs. And you're not able to free your working time. And this is a real bad emergency to have, but you have a fast solution to implement that you can implement it right now. You can implement this with minimum effort, money, and experience. It's not suggested for everyone. It's something that I would do if there is a real emergency, you are in a real bad situation, and you don't know where to start. This is the fastest, easiest way to free time quickly with minimum effort. It's not a long-term solution, but you get the maximum results with minimum effort. We will talk quickly about the steps here in these slides. It's a long process to explain in details. Maybe we'll create a video and we will put this video in our full playlist. This process, sometimes we call it a quick delegation system blitz. I will show you the steps on the screen. Basically, you need to create, create a Google Sheet. It's for free on Google. Just create a Google account and type on Google Sheet. You open a Google Sheet. You make a big list of all the activities that you're doing. You need to brainstorm, put as many activities as you can. After putting all the activities, you categorize each activity with some column. And the first column will be the total yearly working time that you probably will need to dedicate to that activity. The second column will be how hard it is to do the task. You can give a rating from 1 to 8 that are the level of delegation that we define in another video on our playlist. You need to define how much the task is repetitive from 1 to 10. You can if the task is 10, is very, very repetitive. If it's 1, is something that needs to be changed, is flexible, is not repetitive at all. And also you need to add a column 4, that is how much time you need to create the delegation package. So how much do you need to delegate all of these to someone? Do you need to create a lot of processes, a lot of maps? You need to write a lot. You need to study the process a lot. After that, you use the formula that we outline it here. You, in Google Sheets, you create a formula equals, and you divide the column 1 by column 2, then you multiply by column 3, and you divide by column 4. This will be the ranking formula, the ranking number that you can use to later rank and order the activities. The bigger the number, the more probably you will need to delegate it right now. The lower, the less priority there is in that activity. Ranking with the formula, you will be able to see probably 5, 10 processes and activities that you can delegate quickly right away. After you define them, select the one that you feel the most comfortable with and start delegating them, creating a delegation package. To know more about how to map a delegation package, I suggest you to watch from our playlist the video about mapping in 6D and the 8 level of delegation. This is the video of mapping in 6D that can help you to map a process that you select with the ranking formula. And this is the 8 delegation levels. Is a video that explains to you what are the delegation levels and what does it mean to delegate to different levels. You find this video in the full delegation playlist on our YouTube channel. It's free, and if you have time, please check it. The case 2 is if you have some time more, you are not in an emergency, you are sleeping enough, you are working a lot, you are very busy, but you have time to think a bit more about what to do. And also you have low or maybe medium money. What you need to do is the exact steps in the situation 1, but you will need to put more time and money to make it optimal. You will need to optimize before delegation, focus on evergreen processes, and make clusters. To know more about evergreen processes and clusters, we have some videos in the playlist that we talk about those. We will add in future probably more videos about evergreen and clusters. But basically what you need to do is to find the processes that are very long-term and they have a flow. By evergreen, we mean processes that are very long-term that you can delegate as an asset for long-term. And by clusters, we mean processes and activities that you can put together in groups so that you can delegate efficiently in big clusters, in big activity packages. By optimize before delegation, we mean if you have time, optimize the business before giving away the processes. So ideally, you should need to create a driving dashboard. A driving dashboard is something that we talk about in our framework. I'm really sorry that I cannot go into detail in this. Is a part of our framework that you can find in the description below of in the full delegation training video. But to summarize to you quickly, a driving dashboard is a dashboard with all the most important company metrics. You will need to define the metrics tree. We have a process in the framework, of course, but it's basically ranking the metrics of your company based on priority and importance and impact on profitability and revenue. And you also need to track to make sure that you have a tracking system and a business that is focusing on improving the financial metrics. The financial metrics, the main three financial metrics are the accrual financial metric, the cash flow financial metric, and we call it segmented by product service during time metric. That is a metric that not too many people talk about. These third metrics is often the metric that most people don't understand and get wrong in their business. And this is the metric that define why your business is not making money, even if it seems to work. But anyway, I cannot go into details. There are also other financial metrics are part of the framework, but what you need to understand is make sure you have a metrics in check and make sure that your business is optimized to improve on those metrics. The second thing you need to focus is evergreen processes. Evergreen processes are processes that work long-term, don't evolve too much, that can become time assets, that make you work less without effort for long-term. To detect these evergreen processes, the things you need to add to the Google Sheet that we defined in the situation number 1, you need to add a column of the years that the process will be repeated long-term. So for example, if a process requires 300 hours per year, you will need to define how many years you think that process will be done long-term in your company. And you will add it in a column. And then you will need to add a second column indicating the probability of the evolution of the process. So how much is probable that this process will evolve after 1, 2, 3, 4 years? If you put 10, it's bad. If you put 1, it will probably be an evergreen process. You will need to add these 2 column numbers to the formula that I shown you before. You will need to multiply by the new column that you add here, the first column that you add, and divide by the second column that we add here. So multiply by the number of the years the process will be repeated and divide by the probability of evolution of the process. Task clusters will be done instead without a formula. You will need to take all the activities that are more that are higher. You need to take all the activities that are higher in the ranking formula and categorize the top 20, 50, 100, depending on how many activities you defined, you need to find a categorization. A categorization that can be by topic, skills, or tools used, or by role, or by department. For example, you could categorize tasks by marketing, sales, VA task, specialist task, management task. You need to categorize by a specific topic. For example, if you're doing info business, by course, by coaching. After categorizing the tasks in this way, you will need to think about putting some of these tasks with the same categorization together in your spreadsheet. And you will need to find big clusters of tasks. After you define these big clusters of tasks, you will have defined processes that you can delegate with efficiency and flow to a person that you need to hire. These clusters, having some commonality in categorization, will be more efficient to delegate, and so more profitable and long-term and evergreen for you. To know more about what we mentioned in this video, I suggest you to check the free PDF in the description that you can download for free. It is 39 pages of delegation tool tips and tricks that go into details about delegation. And also there is another video here that is how to start delegating in 3 steps. This video is also explaining to you more about evergreens, about evergreen and clustering. In future, we will probably talk more about this and publish more videos about evergreen and clustering because it's a very important topic. So if you want to see when we publish those videos, I highly suggest that you subscribe and activate the bell to get notified when there will be a video about that. Okay, now we go to the third situation. If you have no time and no money because your business is not optimized. This is a very ugly situation, but it's very common. It's a ugly truth. Sometimes you want to delegate, but the business is not optimized. It's not your fault. I mean, it's your fault, but it's hard to see it if you don't delegate sometime. It happened to me a lot of years ago. It happens to so many people. Delegation is a real solution for this problem because delegation is forcing you to learn how to improve the processes for profitability. When we do the process by ourselves, we often don't estimate the real cost and time used. But when we delegate, we are forced to estimate the costs and to make the processes efficient. And also we need to pay people to do these processes. So we are forced to spend as little as possible and get the results high quality as possible. So we end up calculating the real time and money cost of processes. Also, when you delegate, you are forced to make processes efficient. To delegate, you need to simplify and improve processes and add or remove steps. These will make processes optimal and efficient. Another benefit of delegating to others is that to delegate properly, often, especially at low level of delegation, you need to understand clearly the topic. Clearly the topic, if you understand clearly the topic, you will be to simplify the processes. Simplifying the processes, you will be able to see what steps are unnecessary and what steps waste money. Albert Einstein said that you truly know a topic when you are able to teach it to a kid, to explain it to a kid. This is the same thing. If you want to delegate properly, you will need to learn the topic really well. In that way, you will be able to teach to someone that you are delegating to. And this is the reason why with delegation, you will be able to improve your business processes and make your business more profitable, because you will be forced to understand things clearly and with simplicity. And while optimizing the processes and understanding more about your business, you will be able to free working time. This is the main benefit. The delegation in this case, in case 3, is very, very similar to situation 2. The only difference is that you will start from step 2 and 3, and without even realizing, you will need to go back to the step of optimization, where you will be forced to optimize the processes for efficiency. Efficiencies will come out, and you will then go to step 1 and do a situation 2. So after the inefficiencies come out, you optimize the inefficiencies, and you will be able to take the situation as a situation 2. Go back in the video if you want to see. So these are the steps you would do in situation 3. You will do the steps in situation 1, add the steps of situation 2, that is evergreen processes and clusters, and you will need to optimize before delegation. But this time, the optimize before delegation will be at the end. I know it's complex. Please rewatch the video a couple of times to understand this concept. In the future, maybe we will make a video explaining it more in deep. Now we don't have time. To keep costs down, also focus on low level of delegation. If you have low money, you need to delegate at low levels. If you have more money, you can delegate at higher levels. My suggestion is to find a balance. Use your little money to delegate the best processes, evergreen and clusters, at low level of delegation, or at higher level of delegation, but really selecting the best processes. To learn more about the level of delegation, I repeat, there is this video that goes in depth. It's like 36 minutes of in-depth teaching about the level of delegation. Now we go into situation number 4. If you don't have time, but you have medium money. And in this situation, the difference from the previous situation is that you don't have low money anymore, and your business is more optimized. So you make more money. There is more profitability than the previous case, right? So it's the same as previous case, but there will be less to optimize. Maybe processes are already optimized, hopefully, and you will have more freedom on the levels of delegation. You will have more money, so you will have more freedom to select the levels and the processes to delegate. You can delegate more in bigger amount and delegate to specialists instead of low wage people. Okay, this is case 5. This is the best case to be if you don't have time, but you have a lot of money, because your business is very optimized, very good, profitable, but you don't have time because you have too much business. It's the same as case 4, but the difference will be that you have extreme freedom because you have a lot of money on the amount of delegation that you can do and the levels of delegation. So you can delegate in level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7, 8. Probably not, but maybe also. In this case, my suggestion is to delegate with the maximum efficiencies, focusing on evergreens, on clusters, and ignoring totally the level of delegation. Delegate in the best level possible for your situation. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. You will not be limited to low level of delegation for the low amount of money you have. The other difference from all the previous cases will be that you need is the smart decision that you need to do as a owner to delegate the delegation. You need to delegate the strategy or part of the strategy and delegate the implementation or part of the implementation. In this way, you will be able to delegate in the optimal way quickly. You will use your money to delegate quickly, and you will minimize your time usage to delegate. Another step here, already mentioned, will be to delegate efficiently and also long term, because you don't have a problem with money in this case, so you can delegate processes that make you money in 1, 2, 3 years. Because some evergreen processes take time to be built, but if you have a lot of money, you can invest on those processes so that you are investing long term. I want to clarify the delegation is a topic that we will create videos about it probably in the future. To delegate the delegation, you need to hire higher levels of delegation people with efficiency. This means basically delegate people with project and their operations management skills. You can see in the video about the 8 level of delegation. Usually these levels are from 3 up till 8. You need to hire coaches. I know we coaches, so it's in my interest to say this, but you need to really listen to me. Is the best choice when you have a lot of money, a little time. Coaches and consultants are helping you with 1 hour consultation, 1 hour of coaching to do the exact right step. You can find by yourself the exact step. Probably yes, because you are a smart entrepreneur, but it will take to you maybe 10 hours, 40 hours of studying, right? Paying a coach or a consultant with a fixed fee and 1 hour, you will be able to have the right answer in 1 hour of consultation, for example. Or maybe you will be able to do a coaching program of 6 months that otherwise would take you alone to be done in 2, 3 years with trial and error. So if you have money, this is the best choice. Don't hire me necessarily, but hire a coach and a consultant to help in this situation. In this situation, also sometimes it's useful to hire agencies, because agencies, you pay them and you get back free time, efficiency, scalability of R&D and processes. You buy competitive advantage from an agency, for example. But the point is there is no learning curve with the coaches and agencies. That's why in this situation, I suggest you to do that. Agencies also are implementers, whatever you want to call them. So this is another thing that you need to do in this situation, is to hire implementers that put everything in place for you, to delegate the delegation, so that when you hire someone, a coach, agency, or an implementer, they delegate for you. Of course, in this case, get in touch with us. I don't want to push it, but if you want to know more about the full framework A to Z, we have a full training video in the description that you can check. I want to skip it now. Hiring a delegation strategist, a coach, and an implementer is a must in case 5. So in situation 5 is a must. If you don't do it, is a stupid business decision. But if you are in one of the other decisions in the other situations, and you want to do things in long term, that could be also the right decision for you. Why? Because implementers and delegation strategists, like our company, for example, like our coaching program and our framework, speed up the results long term. So you will not probably get money in 1 week, 1 month, but you will be able to get increase the revenue, increase profit by 10x or even more sometime after maybe 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. So if you really want to grow the business long term seriously, even if you're not in the case 5, hiring this kind of people, implementers and coaches, will help you to 10x the speed that you get results. So it will be an investment long term. And I'm not telling you as a sales pitch. I'm telling you as a business owner, if you want to do things long term, if you are this kind of people, you will be able to get results quickly. It will cost you more money, of course, sometimes at break even or not even at break even, but you will get your investment back multiplied by 2, 5, 10 times after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, even in your next business, for example. This kind of help will help you probably to increase the market share long term. And when you get market share in your industry, it's harder to lose it because you will be more dominant in your industry. And you will either grow with your industry or make more money from your industry. So a summary to wrap it up, because I know there is a lot of concepts. My suggestion is to rewatch this video 2, 3, 5, 10 times, re-listen it as much as possible and try to implement based on your situation. We have a situation 1, emergency of time, and you need to do a quick delegation system blitz. There is a case 2, if you have some time and low or medium money, in that case you need to do the quick delegation system blitz, adding clusters and evergreen processes. So you need to delegate well also. There is a case 3, if you don't have time and have no money because your business is not well done yet. In that case, delegate something low stages, doing the quick delegation system blitz, and then you will the inefficiencies will come up in your business, and you will optimize them, and you will go back to case 2. After you optimize the business processes that are not working, you will be in case 2, in situation 2, and you will do situation 2. Then there is the situation 4. If you don't have time, but you have medium money, in that case, do as situation 2 or 3, and don't be limited to the delegation at low levels. You will have more flexibility on the amount of delegation and the level of delegation. So you need to do things better. And then there is case 5. In case 5, in situation 5, the solution, what you will need to do, will be to do everything of the other situations, but you will have more money to delegate in the optimal way from the start, delegate long-term, evergreen, clusters, and you will be able to delegate the delegation. And you must delegate the delegation if you are in the situation 5. Is the right choice to do, is the right business choice. I know it's hard to invest your money in coaching agencies or to pay people a lot of money to get help. You need also to be humble when you do that. It's very hard. It was hard for me too when I hired my first mentors and coaches, but this is the right business choice. All the big businesses partner up with the consulting and coaching companies. All the big business do all the time. And in case 5, you will need to delegate as much as you can. Now I explain to you how you can get more results with our free content. you can find the full free YouTube playlist. I can show you, I'm showing it you here. Is a collection of the best tool tips and tricks that we talked about in this video. You can find them all in our channel in the playlist section and check it is free. And then there is the second free resources, that is the PDF, 39 delegation pages. 39 pages of delegation is our full framework there in that PDF. And then there is another link that is the full training video with the full framework A to Z, is a training of more than 1 hour that is also showing you, if you want, how you can work with us at the end of the training video. So if you want to work with us, opt in the full training video in the link below, and you will understand what we do and how you can apply for our help. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe, like, and check the full playlist on YouTube. It's free. It comes directly from our full paid framework that we use to coach our clients with. Is a full collection of tool tips and tricks to better manage and delegate profitably in the right way. In the comment, please write what do you think we should talk about in the next videos, and please check the full free resources. Those are so powerful. We have basically 3 resources so far in the description below the playlist. And we have also a 39 pages PDF with all our knowledge about delegation. It's free and is absolutely astonishing how much value you find there. So take action, don't waste time, and click in one of the 3 resources.